Now, this is a very similar example, but you have to be careful here because this number is not a 1. We have to have that number be a 1 to start with in order to make it work, just like all of our basic equations showed on that earlier slide. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply the top and the bottom by a half. And that gives me this equation of 3/2 over 1 minus 1/2 cosine. The reason it gets written this first way is we don't like to have fractions within fractions, these compound fractions. So we write it this way with all just nice integer values because those just look nicer. But in order to work with it, we have to kind of divide this back out to make it work nicely. Once I've got it into that form, I can look and I know E is 1/2. I know that D is going to be 3. Same kind of thing. E is here in front of the cosine. This is E times D. So I take 3/2 divided by 1/2, and that gives me 3. I know that this is an ellipse because E is between 0 and 1. I know that it has a directrix at, in this case, it's x equals, and it's negative, x because it's cosine, negative because it's a minus, and it's at x equals -3. Since it's an ellipse, I'm going to do the major axis. The major axis 2e d over 1 minus e squared. So that's going to be 3 over 3/4, which is going to give me 4. I do the minor axis, which is 3 over the square root of 3/4. That's 3 over √3 over 2, which is 6 over √3, or it's going to end up being 2 √3, which is approximately 3.4. And I use this information to start graphing. Very much went through, did all of this on the last one when it was a hyperbola. Same kind of thing, except now it's an ellipse. So the focus, still at the pole. I have a directrix at x equals -3. So I put that on here. That's a directrix. And the vertex, again, is somewhere in between the focus and the vertex. Same thing I did last time. I'm going to use my ratio here and go 1n plus 2n equals, and it still has a distance here of 3. And that makes it so n equals 1. And so I get one part that's 1. This is the top part. This is vertex to focus. And then the bottom part is 2. 2 times 1. This is vertex to directrix. So vertex to focus is a 1. That means the vertex is right here. I use the major axis of 4 to find my other vertex. Now, since this is an ellipse, it goes around the focus. It can't cross the directrix. So 1, 2, 3, 4. My other vertex will be this direction. The other focus is 1 away. It's right there. The other directrix is 2 away. Over here. And the center is right here in the middle. Then I use my minor axis to get the co-vertices. Now again, I split that in half, so it's 1.7 up from the center, 1.7 down from the center. Those are co-vertices. And once I have that, I can just go through and draw in that ellipse.